Hi Sagittarius, this is your mid-July 2019 reading. Sagittarius, as I spoke about it in the part 1 video where we spoke about the two eclipses that are happening this month, this is a very fated month. We have two eclipses this month which will have an impact on you over the course of next 6 months because they will pan out over a period of longer time as they reap rewards to you when it comes to your financial destiny, when it comes to your intimacy, when it comes to your joint financial destiny with somebody. We are looking at that to be the theme over the course of next 6 months. Eclipses bring us closer to our destiny. They bring us closer to the path that we were meant to walk on, but we might have strayed from. They bring us back to our line. They bring us back to where we are supposed to be. They show us what is the right path, and for you, they are showing you the path to your abundance. They're showing you the path to how to earn the income, what are the talents, what sort of planning is needed, what kind of assets don't serve us or serve us as we move forward to give us that long-term financial abundance that Saturn, Pluto and South Node coming together in your house of material resources have promised. There is a need for structure, a planning, and you have put in a lot of effort on that, in my view, in the area of financial abundance by working on your talents, by working on your skill set, by working on creating new sources of income. And with Jupiter, your ruler, in your sign throughout this year, we are looking at once in a decade opportunity to expand who we are in the material world. We're looking to expand our knowledge, we're looking to enhance value, and that is what comes to light as a part of this eclipse which is happening on 16th of July, which will have a very potent impact over the course of next 4 weeks, but it will continue to roll out over the course of next 6 months. The eclipse of 16th of July is highlighting your financial accomplishments as well as what needs to be done to grow it further. They will show you what kind of assets, what kind of talents, what kind of nutrition even is serving you well or not. If anything we are doing or anything where our efforts are being wasted, that will also get highlighted because there are certain things that might be draining our resources, our efforts, our time, but they are not going to yield us results in longer period of time, and that is also shown to us so we can release them. Anything that we are consuming in form of food, in form of assets, in form of even if I may say ego, that is blocking us, that would also be highlighted to us because this eclipse comes with a release to a blockage to manifestation of our destiny. And for you, the manifestation is material, the manifestation is financial, the manifestation is in form of increase in resources, but for that a blockage or a hindrance needs to be released as well, for our productivity to go up, for ability to go up, for our talents and resources and efforts to be freed from anything that is bogging us down. And that will happen in a very karmic sense, in a very fated sense. And you might have experienced a few events as a precursor to this eclipse as well. Because as I mentioned in the part 1 of the video, this eclipse of 16th of July, in my view, the fated event to conclude that has already happened in March. So you can look back to 22nd or 23rd of March if there was an event which turned out at that time related to your financial discussions, related to your assets, related to a financial transaction, related to diet, related to assets, related to estate, related to money, related to values. You would see that coming to a head in terms of giving result to it, coming to terms with it, deciding what is going to happen on that, and that coming to a logical conclusion with this eclipse. This is an eclipse which is very cold and cut and dry in some senses because it is definitive. It wants to decide something. It is a judgment eclipse in the sense that it wants to decide whether this talent serves me well or not, whether this investment works for me or not, whether this source of income is for me for a longer period of time or not. Because Saturn doesn't want to create anything which is short term for you. When Saturn, Pluto, South Node are coming together for the first time ever since 15th century in your house of finances, something has to be created that is long lasting, and it will give you results over a long period of time. So anything that looks flaky in nature, whether it is a flaky investment, it's a flaky project, it is a project which is wasting your resources, that might have to be released. At the same time, if there is an asset that is bleeding, an investment that is not serving you well, an estate that is sort of sucking a lot of money, that might also need to be released. This eclipse highlights a balance as well, a balance between how much you cater to your own resources, to your own talents, to your own body, versus how you merge that with another. Because as we spoke about it in the last couple of videos, Sagittarius, the road to success for you over the course of this year, all the way till early part of 2020, is to merge with somebody emotionally as well as financially. You will be better placed, in my view, to merge your talents, to merge your resources, to merge your efforts with somebody at a deeper level. That will yield not just more financial abundance, in my view, that will also help in an emotional transformation, which will bring you to the next level. Which will bring you to the next level where this is sort of an asset that we are creating, a talent that we are creating on how to function with another, where to some extent you might need to act selflessly, where we are still learning things to some extent on how to combine our resources with somebody, on how to merge with somebody when it comes to our talent, when it comes to our money, when it comes to some extent, ego compromises as well. So there is a little bit of test of patience that comes with it on the axis of give and take. And if it is not a partner that you are with, it could be a sponsor, it could be a person who's sponsoring you, whose money you need to progress further. And you will do better by combining your resources with somebody, lowering your boundaries in terms of accepting that kind of resources to move forward. This is about more people being better than one. So, for example, United States is a Sagittarius ascendant as well, and we see the give and take of trade being discussed right now. We're restructuring the contract with our partners, and in turn, we're looking at an economy like we have never seen before, right? As has been discussed many times, X the politics of it all. And looking at that in exactly the same way, you are creating a material abundance for a long period of time. You are restructuring, reconsidering what kind of value system you look at and follow. You're restructuring and redefining what kind of diet, what kind of things you want to feed yourself when it comes to the emotional things that you feed to yourself, as well as the physical things that you feed yourself, your assets, your food, your diet. And that creates the whole of you. That creates a different you. All of these things will redefine who you are going forward, because you are changing the things that you derive value out of. It is possible that the old way of making money may not be satisfying you anymore, and that comes to light as well. You might want to release something that is not you anymore. Those talents are not you anymore. You want to take care of your needs here without eclipsing somebody else, but you want to give yourself that time, that attention here over the course of next 4 weeks. What's needed to make you secure, safe, and comfortable? What defines your worth, your ideals, your talents, your needs, your self-worth? Because as I mentioned, your value system is changing, and you have been, to some extent, if I may say, your willpower has been tested over the course of in my view, last year. Our intention, our intensity of wanting to create something different has been tested. But at the same time, you would have noticed the kind of discipline, the kind of intention, the kind of sound foundation you're creating right now when it comes to your talent set may not have existed before. This is sort of a once in a lifetime gift, as well as a test of our talents, of our ability to create value out of our talents, ability to create value out of our assets that are ingrained in us. And that causes an irrevocable change in who we are in terms of both our willpower as well as our financial organization power. Because the people who have gone through these kind of transits, or the people who have this in their birth chart, as I mentioned in previous videos, are the people with the Midas touch. They can convert any financial situation into a positive one. These are the kind of people who are hired to bring a financial situation to a complete turnaround. That is the kind of insight you have. That is the kind of power you have right now. Your inner sense of worth and self-trust is so emboldened with this. And that manifests in form of an outer power, which comes in form of money, prestige, material resources. But you're looking at doing the inner work of it, and that results in the outer material results. It's not that the money drops on us from somewhere. Sorry, I'm just telling you the psychological portion of how, in my view, that works out. This is not a windfall of money coming out of nowhere. No, you have worked on this. You created a different person. You created a very long-term talent, intent, and the strong sense of worth and self-trust within yourself that generates the value outside. And that process has been in making, and now you'll start seeing the outcome of that. You'll start seeing how it has panned out so far. You will find what motivates you to create more of it. Do you feel happy about it? Does this fulfill you? Does this satisfy you? Is this the right kind of terms that you're happy with when it comes to your joint financial situation? And you might be putting down the seeds of a new one here. Because the eclipse that happened on 2nd of July, the first eclipse, the solar eclipse, was a new beginning. And it will remain a new beginning, which will continue to pan out over the course of next couple of months. The second eclipse of 16th of July is more immediate. That next 4 weeks, something has got to happen when it comes to your financial resources. The joint resources part, where you are working with somebody, you're merging with somebody, that is at an initiation level. That is at a level where the seeds have been planted, and they will grow over the course of next couple of months, all the way till, in my view, around October of 2019, when you'll start seeing the first results of it. It could be you going deeper into a relationship with somebody. It could be you deciding to merge your financial resources with somebody. It might be you sort of even nurturing somebody in a selfless manner, which gives you a different kind of growth, which is emotional growth, patience, patience, empathy, those kind of lessons coming through family, through personal situation. But that results in a very different value system, that results in a very different self-worth, that in turn results in a very different kind of net worth that serves you over a longer period of time than it has ever. And this eclipse is a purge. It is a purge of what does not serve you and a clarity of what does, by showing you certain results of an investment. It's like a maturity of a bond, maturity of an investment, and you see whether that is worth pursuing further or not. But the result is not very emotional here. This is, as I said, this is a dry eclipse. It is, you objectively look at the results and decide the course forward here. There is a sort of a intent which is very clear cut, making sense of our experience so far in a very objective fashion, taking stock of life, and then walking out on the things that are not serving us well, and deciding what our future calling is. Deciding that we are not going to waste time on somebody, we are not going to waste our energy or resources on something that is not serving us well, because eclipse in Capricorn wants us to get efficient, wants us to get resourceful, wants us to get achievement, manifestation. It needs instant results. It wants maturation. It wants commitment. It wants rubber stamping, formalization of something. So maybe a financial document is getting finalized as well. Maybe if you invested in something, you're not now sort of deciding, yes, this is the right way, this is the talent I want to pursue, this is the way I want to earn money, and because that is yielding you results. So that makes sense. And that sort of becomes our karmic path going forward. And this is happening with, as I mentioned, sort of a review of your joint financial situation with somebody. In my view, you might be either entering in a financial partnership or a sponsorship or a commission based payment with somebody, or even an emotional joint relationship with somebody, and there is terms being discussed, there is a discussion back and forth happening, and this is sort of a lesson, if I may say, in patience, in empathy, in this is a emotional growth which is happening, a transformation is happening, and as a part of that, certain endings might be happening as well, which in many cases could be in form of, for example, emotional separation from somebody, divorce from somebody, which leads to splitting of resources. But here the resources are now getting set for longer period of time, so you're deciding very objectively, yes, this makes sense for us, this does not make sense for us. It is not a whole lot of emotional energy right now. We have lived through a very emotional energy in the last couple of days, though. Why that was important, why that was required, was because it wants to give us clarity of where we want to go, who we want to merge with, what kind of person we want in our life, who do we want to merge with when it comes to our talent, our resources, our money, our physical self. And that emotional energy was sort of our guide, and in the next couple of days you would still be reviewing that, the terms of partnership, because Mercury is retrograde in that area all the way till 27th of July. You will continue to think about it, you will continue, in my view, to discuss it in the next couple of days. In fact, it could be more personal in nature. 17th of July, 18th of July, your desires and your sort of this passion to make something happen when it comes to intimacy, when it comes to financial destiny, that would be amped up. That will be very high. The 17th of July and 18th of July, for people who have planets around 17 or 18 degree of Sagittarius, which is 9th or 10th of December born, there might be some push and pull. We might feel that our desires are being disciplined here, because we are being asked to take responsibility of what we want when it comes to our partnership, when it comes to our relationships. We are being asked to decide. We are being asked to decide and make up our mind and be very, very sure about what we want in a joint situation. In my view, this could be personal, it could be financial as well. But people who have planets around 17, 18 degree will feel it around 17th, 18th of July, and that will continue to be the theme around 21st of July as well, but more for a further degree around 22 degree of Sagittarius, which is around, I would say, 12th or 13th of December, will feel it more around 21st of July. This could be a confirmation, this could be a decision, this could be a moment of clarity around 21st of July on whether you want to merge more deeply with somebody or not. And then the next couple of months are sort of figuring out, investing in it, working together with somebody. This could be a sponsor, this could be a person with whom you're in business with, this could be a joint relationship as well with somebody who you're deciding to get serious with. And Venus here is sort of asking us to commit financially as well as emotionally. So 21st of July could be a moment of clarity coming through. And then from 22nd of July, Sun moves into your fellow fire sign of Leo. This is a shift in season, which is very positive for us. This is a shift in a sign which gives you adventure. that fires you up, that brings you out of this whole, if I may say, negative, or not negative, but downing energy. Eclipses do make us a bit sober. So after 22nd of July, you'll see a scene change. You want to travel, you want to learn, you want to expand, you want to have a certain risks in life. You want to take some risk in life, and that will come through during the month of August. As we have a new start there, you might be looking to take a holiday, travel somewhere, or at the very least, look at moving into something that gives you more adventure, more freedom, more happiness, more excitement. 24th of July is a very positive month to sort of for a positive news to come through when it comes to joint situations. Especially true for 26 degree Sagittarius, which is around 18th of December born. I will also leave these dates and degrees on the screen so you can take a look at it, and so we are not lost on who is impacted most on which dates. On 24th of July, we also have a beautiful grand fire trine. Grand fire trine for you is exciting. It's about future. It's about getting ready for a new adventure in life. It's about working for something courageously for future and some positive action, some positive, if you want to take a bold action, if you want to do something which is sort of taking an initiative for the future, I would do it around 24th or 25th of July. I would even travel if I have to travel. That is a great day to do that. That's the day when your actions result in manifestation of desires. You act and you get it. So, some sort of positive news, pleasant negotiations, pleasant actions, they are called for on 23rd, 24th of July, all the way till 25th of July, I would say. And this is especially true if you have planets around 14 or 15 degree of Sagittarius, which is around 6th or 7th of December born. Then on 27th of July, we have Venus move into Leo as well. Love becomes bold, love becomes adventurous, personal life becomes more adventurous. This is me picturing you on the beach. This is you having fun or just relaxing a little bit when it comes to your personal life. Things will ease out a little bit, but there are certain surprises in store for you, I think. There might be some sudden decisions which are taken towards the end of the month, around 29th of July. This is especially true if you have early degree Sagittarius, which is around 6 or 8 degree, which is largely November born Sagittarius. I think will feel it more, but all of you could get a little bit of restlessness, even, the urge to take a leap. If you have found what is your path, if you have found and defined the direction you want to sort of take, you don't want to delay it any further. And that comes through around 29th of July or 31st of July, when we will have a new adventurous and positive start for you. It could be a travel, it could be you deciding to shift jobs, it could be you relocating, it could be you deciding to legalize in a country different from you. It could be you deciding that I need more risk, more adventure in my life, and you want to add that in, either in just being creative at job, or taking up a job, or taking up an occupation that gives you that gives you travel, that gives you exposure to people who are different from you, that gives you expansion of mind. So that comes through. This is a change that comes through starting, I would think, around 28th or 29th of July. You'll start getting the messaging of it. You'll start getting excited about it. This is us healing from the past, moving towards the future that is more in line with who we are. That is more in line with our belief system, with our faith system, what we think we are. And here that is highlighted. So I'm very excited about the 31st of July new start for you as compared to the eclipses. Eclipses are great to define where you want the money to come from, your financial restructuring, your investments giving results, which is great. But the 31st of July new start is you. It's all about who you are as a person, what is your belief system, what you want to do, what is your purpose in life. It gives you a complete new chapter, an exciting chapter, which is coming from you realizing your true worth, you realizing how you want to earn it, and what is your value system. and you connect with people who are different from you here, which you love, which is in line with your energy. And I would see more of 1st of December or 30th of November more impacted by that, a few degrees before, a few degrees after. So I would say around 27th of November all the way to 3rd of December, we'll feel that energy very strongly. It's an easy flow of energy to you, easy opportunities coming through, opportunities to travel, opportunities to teach, opportunities to publish, opportunities to take a risk in life, to take a leap of faith. And that also would continue to pan out towards the middle of August. So that is exciting end of the month, Sagittarius. Eclipses are meant to be a little bit heavy. I'm sorry if this month has been like that. A lot of us, including myself, have been under the weather. The eclipses do that to some extent, but they bring about clarity in that pressure. A clarity comes through despite how the environment feels, despite how people around you might be feeling. And you'll see a lot of people under pressure right now because this is a high pressure eclipse which wants us to manifest, which wants to create a situation in which we are almost forced to decide what is good for us. And you decide very well. So, good luck for that, Sagittarius, and I'll see you in the beautiful season of Leo in the month of August. Thank you.